guys, we're back with the game of Session Ivanchuk that's being played on board 3.
And yes, this looks like kind of a standard kind of Najdorf position.
So Movsesian just got a second white in a row, didn't he, Simon?
Yeah,
he was white yesterday against Vache Lagrave, and it was also a Najdorf.
It was, yeah. And then in that game, Black used the maneuver bishop to d8 to a5. And here, Ivanchuk's played another setup, which is quite a common setup. And this is the current position now. We won't look at the opening moves because.
But wait, actually, we should look at the opening moves because something very funny happened in the opening.
Okay.
Just go to the Najdorf right here. We've got the Najdorf Sicilian, and look what happened, Simon.
So bishop e3 was played, and now knight
Kasparov's
g4,
old favorite move, knight g4.
And now bishop c1, knight f6, bishop e3. Do you want to draw, Ivanchuk? Please give me a draw. No,
he just says e5.
Not today.
He doesn't
Not
even try
today.
to repeat for a second time. He could
No.
have repeated one more time, and he didn't even want to. That's an interesting psychological moment because you're black, and really you have every right in this position to play the move knight g4 again, right? So, for example, guys, you want to check out your opponent's intentions. Well, you should play knight g4. If he plays bishop c1, you can play knight f6. This is only is this 3-move repetition already?
It's going to be a draw very soon.
Actually, it is a 3-move repetition because now I think whites can claim it before he plays bishop e3, right? Because what happened is we had this position here once, then we had this position here twice, and now actually he would be forced into it. White could make it, so maybe that explains why he didn't.
So Ivanchuk playing for the win.
Yeah, Ivanchuk. Yeah, it would not be very good if he had to run into this 30-move draw rule, for the second time in 2 years. Yeah. Last year against Li Kuang Liem in the Exchange Slav.
It's quite interesting, actually. We had this game last year, and Ivanchuk and his opponent, the young Vietnamese player, agreed to draw before move 30, and they didn't realise that they weren't allowed to do this. They actually had to play after 30, over 30 moves. But the position was quite equal at times. Exchange Slav, and we've seen far too many of them. And the results stood.
But the good thing is, when you're a chess legend, you're forgiven everything.
Exactly, yeah, you can get away with lots of things. Is that right, fair to say?
I think so.
I think even Garry Kasparov got away with touching a piece once.
Yeah.
And then live on camera, he's playing, I think it's Judith Pogar, and he touched a piece. Yeah. And then he said, I don't want to do that move, and he played another move.
Yeah, in all fairness, it happened very quickly, so it's possible he didn't even realize he touched it. It's possible, you can, but he did touch it.
Doubtful,
he did touch it. You don't think so? Yeah.
I think you normally realise when you touch a piece.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Well, you never, maybe.
Suspects.
Maybe you hope you didn't touch it.
Well, he touched the piece basically. It was caught on camera. I think the problem was he didn't realise he was on camera. And
so it's not that he did the problem.
But he was Kasparov, so who cares? He can get away with anything.
Yeah, but they had, of course, a sort of a period of not speaking with Judith after that.
Right. Yeah. Understandably, I'd be rather annoyed if my opponent took back a piece.
Yeah, and she was. She was also, she was pretty young at the time, and she didn't know how to react. Yeah.
I've seen this happen before, actually. In the board next to me between Jarl and Man, two very strong players. And I didn't know what to do because I was watching this 2700 player next to me, and he made a move. He realised it blundered a piece. I was the only person who saw this, and then he took the move back. He had a quick look around. He took the move back, and he quickly played another move. And I'm just watching this, and I'm thinking, "Oh, hang on a minute. This isn't how you play chess, is it? He's 2700. No wonder he's 2700. He's taking moves back." And I thought, well, he's actually playing a friend of mine. Quite a good friend of mine.
And what did you do, Simon?
Well, I said, what are you doing? You can't take moves back in chess. And it's like, oh no, I didn't do anything. I just saw you move the piece. So, the arbiter was called out. Someone else saw. And I said, well, he just took his move back. It was a good friend of mine. And you can't go around taking moves back in chess. It's not right.
Well, a friend of yours was that, Simon?
It was a good friend. I think it was an English IM who was playing. Maybe not an IM. It was Daniel Bisbee, even something like that. I can't remember exactly, but I remember it being someone I knew quite well.
Yeah.
And in the end, he had to play the move that he originally wanted to play. He was very upset about this, and he lost the game very quickly.
Oh, wow.
But you can't go around taking moves back in chess, I'm afraid.
So let me ask you something, Simon. Let's say you're playing a game and your opponent actually does touch a piece. And then doesn't want to move it, pretends he doesn't, he didn't touch it, and you saw him. It's your own game.
Yeah.
What do you do?
What do you do?
I mean, just let's play out the scenario. I just want to know your reaction in this situation.
Well, I think the first thing I'd do is call the arbiter over and just say, well, you touched the piece.
And let's say he says, no, I didn't.
And then I said, well, he touched the piece. And then there'd be a massive argument.
Right.
And then there'd be lots of people crowding around the board. And who knows what will happen after that? We'll have to see. I mean, if he's completely lying and he's doing something against the rules, then I also wouldn't be very happy because he knows he's lying as well.
Sure.
So, I mean, I suppose
I just mean sometimes in that situation, it's because you cannot prove anything, right?
No.
Like sometimes you have witnesses and sometimes you don't.
No.
And the question is, how far should you take it? How much of a big deal should you make in that situation?
Yeah, no,
I mean, some people can let it go more easily,
yeah.
and some people will just kind of take it to
yeah. I mean,
much farther.
I think that's quite an interesting question to ask people out there in the audience. If you saw your opponent, maybe a very important game, and let's say there's big money at stake, no one was watching, he suddenly took a move back, what would you do? Would you just say, that's okay, don't worry about it, and yeah, let him play on? I mean, I know there's been loads of cases, strange cases like this. I mean, there's once at the British Championships between two grandmasters. One of the grandmasters' phone went off in his pocket, and this is in the last round for money. His phone actually went off. I think his opponent was the only one who heard it, and his opponent just let him play on. And then the person whose phone went off went and won the game and ended up winning a couple of £1,000. So it's hard. And the other thing I don't understand with arbiters, sometimes I've seen this happen on a number of occasions. Someone's phone's gone off, and the arbiter then has, I don't think this has happened recently, but it's definitely happened in the past.
The arbiter says, is this your phone?
Well, no, the arbiter's gone up to the person who's the opponent or the person's phone which went off and said, are you okay letting him play on? And it really shouldn't be his decision because he's put in a very difficult position.
Right.
Because if he says, no, I want to have I'll take the win, it makes him look a bit bad. And if he says, yes, I'll let him play on, it's completely destroyed him psychological. So I think the arbiter has to step in and make the final decision in this.
The rules are quite clear, aren't they? If it goes off, you lose. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, there was this case at the 4NCL English League where a grandmaster's phone went off.
But the reality is that the arbiters are not even often not there to hear the phone ring, and it's up to some of the player to inform the arbiter, and that's so anyway the player is put in that situation whether he wants, because it's not like an arbiter is sitting next to your board every minute, you know.
But this arbiter actually let the person, the GM, play on, even though he knew the rule. Very strange. I think you have to
I think it's that the rule is quite despised by many people. So the arbiter, even though he knows the rule, is actually reluctant to enforce it and wants to leave it up to the players to decide between themselves. Man up and
default the guy. That's the only way to do
I don't know. I think it's okay.
I think Judith Pogger did.
No, not during the game. Not during the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe then there's nothing you can do.
She just thought, oh well. I think the way it's described is that she just thought, oh well, maybe he couldn't possibly do that. Like maybe I just I saw it wrong, And how could a player of his stature do that, in such an important tournament?
Have you ever been tempted to slip a mobile phone in your opponent's pocket, Irina?
No.
Give it a ring? No? Not even in an important game? Just put a pay-as-you-go phone in?
I haven't thought about that, Simon.
Give it a quick ring and say, oh, the phone's gone off.
No, I think the thing with a phone is it really depends. Like for me, it really depends on the situation. If you have if you're in time pressure, right, or even you have less than 10 minutes and you're trying to get to move 40 and your opponent's phone rings, right, and clearly disturbs your calculation, right, while they turn it off. Yeah. I think that's not fair to you, and there should be some kind of big penalty. But if it's the beginning of the game, it clearly doesn't matter much to you. I think even if it's an important game, I wouldn't have any problem letting it go because I don't want to win like that. But it's another thing if it really is damaging to you.
Yeah, maybe. I just think if it's a rule, then it puts the person in a very uncomfortable position. And if the game goes on, he's going to be thinking, well, should I claim the win? Should I not claim the win? It might affect his chess, and it's not his fault. So I think that's the problem. I think if it's a rule, you have to stick to the rules. Otherwise, change the rules. I mean,
how can we change the rules? We don't even make them to begin with.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well...
there are a lot of just ridiculous rules. Like there was one rule that you get forfeited if you're not at the board at the time the game starts. I mean, no chess player that I know liked this rule. So where did these rules come from? How can you change rules that you never even put in place? You have nothing to do with them, and they're just kind of forced down on you.
It's a problem with life. Yeah, these rules.
Well, I wouldn't want to enforce that rule. If a player is not there at the second their clock starts.
Yeah. I was just sorry. I mean,
last year, and I had a big argument about defaulted another player because his phone went off.
Yeah.
It was on move 3.
Move 3, yeah.
But
Yeah.
like it went off, it disturbed everyone around. It's like, you know, if your opponent touches or lets go of a piece and it just drops, it's kind of the same, I think.
Yeah. It's very strange. I mean,
You don't want to win that.
I think the coolest thing I saw was, I think it was a tournament in Ireland I was playing at, and one person's phone went off. He knew he was defaulted, so he just calmly got the phone out of his pocket and said, "Hi, how you doing? It's not a very good time to call at the moment. I'll call you back in 5 minutes." And he just shook his opponent's hand and went and made the phone call. So that's probably a good way to deal with it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
well,
Okay, but should we move on to some? Should we have a look at the chess? And
There was a mobile phone went off this morning in the challenges.
a mobile phone went off this morning. Well, I know Nigel Short's alarm went off on his phone, even though he had his
right,
phone turned
exactly.
off.
That's the
His
thing,
alarm-
that can happen.
That's
Like my
worse,
friend
yeah.
Alex was
Yeah.
recently playing, and he had some sort of alarm on his watch.
On his watch, right? Yeah.
You know, that he didn't know about.
Yeah,
The one this
that's
morning was
strange.
quite funny actually. The guy had a mobile phone. He took it out of his pocket. He put it on the table, switched off,
Yeah.
and a second mobile phone in his coat went off.
Oh, really? Oh, God. Popular guy.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't be carrying two phones on you.
No, definitely. I mean, carrying more than one phone to a game of chess is a bit weird, to be honest. You can do a conference call during the game, like, you know. So very odd. So, but I don't know. It's one of these rules that FIDE really have to sort out soon. I think. I think you should get a warning. I think it'd just be good. You get one warning, maybe a time penalty.
Yeah, maybe one
If
warning
it-
per tournament. Okay, everyone is entitled to mess
Yeah,
up once.
yeah, I mean-
But also, different rules if it's at the end of the game, if there's time pressure involved. So
Sure.
if you're, let's say,
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
more than an hour into your game,
Yeah.
then probably just forfeit,
Well, I
because
mean-
it's disturbing at that point.
I mean, just one more case I'll mention, which is quite interesting, and this is I saw someone use this tactic, and basically he was very short on time. He had about 30 seconds left, and he had a incredibly complicated position. So on purpose, he played an illegal move. Okay, so his opponent said that's an illegal move. So the arbiter comes over, gives his opponent 2 minutes. While the arbiter's coming over, it gives him another 30 seconds to think about the position. So, okay, you play an illegal move, and I think the rule is you have to get the arbiter, and the arbiter adds time. Well, they used to this. Used to be
While they change
to
the
person.
clocks.
So when the arbiter comes over and changes the clock, he's just sitting there like this. He's working out what's going on. He's just got an extra 30 seconds, and then and there's, I don't think there's any rule to stop this happening. You just do it so many times. You gain 5 minutes on your clock. So that was.
So that's
it's a strange
a
rule.
pretty clever strategy.
Clever's one word. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a bit naughty as well. But okay, that wasn't me, by the way. I don't think. So okay. Well, the current position is very standard. So this is Movsesian versus Ivanchuk. This looks like standard Najdorf position to me. F3, and okay, something's gonna. Some long manoeuvring here.
Yeah, Movsesian is playing the Najdorf very positionally in both of these games.
Yeah, sure. And Ivanchuk can normally cope with
Looks
long
like,
manoeuvring. So,
yes, this looks quite normal for black.
yeah, very normal. So we'll come back to that game a bit later, so not too much action there. Now, let's see. Well,
Let's take a look at some of the ladies' games, Simon.
Miria Sibag, because this is quite interesting against Kamsky.
All right.
So should we dive into this game?
It feels like it was a C3 Sicilian, maybe?
Yeah, it looks that way. So we'll go for the opening.
Not almost.
So Maria Sibag, I know a bit about Maria. I know she was on a reality TV program in France.
Really?
And they had to guess. It's like Big Brother.
Oh, they had to guess who she was.
They had to guess. Yeah, I think it was like 10 people in the house, and they had to keep it a secret what their actual occupation was. And the other contestants in the house had to guess what their occupation was. So they got in a chess player, Maria Sibag, and she left the house early, should I say? Because I won't say what people thought she was. It wasn't very pleasant, unfortunately, for her. But yeah, so she's a bit of a celebrity.
Wow.
I won't say. Yeah, okay, I'll just leave it. Yeah, you can probably guess on Twitter if you want to guess what they thought she was. But anyway.
Yeah, well, we can look this up later. I mean, it's.
Yeah. So G6 is.
But obviously, they were wrong. They did not guess that she was a chess
They
player,
did not guess
basically.
she-
Okay, that's
I think
what's
it's along the lines
relevant
they
to
thought
us.
she escaped from the asylum was something was a lot of people's guess. Poor person.
Oh
So,
no! Oh no!
Dangers of reality television.
Wow.
So G6. So okay, I mean this is quite a sharp choice from Gatakamsky, really. I mean the sort of accelerated dragon, and there's a lot of sharp variations that White can play against this. I've played H4 here. Well, you could probably have guessed that, couldn't you, Irina? On a number of occasions.
I didn't even know that move existed, Simon.
It always exists, the move H4. So But this is very simple.
I thought it exists only in certain types of positions, you know.
And then whenever black goes g6, h4 is always a possibility.
You know, Marie Sabag actually, she has a lot of experience with the c3 Sicilian.
Okay.
But here we get something similar to c3 Sicilian, right? Just a small difference. Actually, we get into the g6 line of the c3 Sicilian. So it actually is just like a pure c3 Sicilian right here. Takes bishop c4, queen d8, queen b3, e6, knight d4, knight c6. Well, let's take stock of this position, Simon.
Okay, well,
what moves make sense to us here?
I mean, white's slightly up in development, so I think it's fair to say. Is knight to a5 a threat? That's just the first thing I suppose we've got to concern ourselves about. I mean, knight takes c6 looks like a very obvious move.
Is it worth mentioning after bishop c4, there's some queen e4 line as well, which is quite messy, I think.
In this position, queen e4, and
Bishop
then you go bishop e3
e3.
here.
Yeah,
Bishop f7. There is some tactic here, yeah.
This is actually really quite a pretty variation. After queen e4 check, you can, bizarrely enough, go bishop to e3.
Yeah, and be better.
And be better, because then
I believe like there was a game even like Larry Christensen against somebody.
And this is a good move, this bishop e3, because the point being, if you take on e3, then bishop takes f7 check. Okay, let's say king f8 first. I mean, it's the same kind of thing. You get queen d8 check. Eventually, you have to take this bishop, and then there's the fork on g5, just winning the game. So this is, it's quite a bizarre tactic, that, but one well worth remembering. So, I mean, generally in this line, white does try to get very quick developments, but this move, knight c6, is, I'm assuming, aiming for knight to a5, probably. But maybe not, because then bishop b5 could be problematic. So I wonder what counts these kinds. Okay, they both spend a fair bit of time getting to this position, and I don't know. I mean, white's got a nice development advantage. If black can consolidate here by castling kingside, black should be absolutely fine. So maybe white should be aiming to do something rather quick here. I don't know. Bishop e3 is interesting. Idea of going rook d1. Knight takes c6 is interesting as well. I don't think any knight b5s are going to work here. I think knight b5 is. I mean, okay, I'm considering knight b5, but it looks a bit.
Well, try with the other knight, the a knight, because you don't want to just leave that one behind.
Then I can go queen. Oh no, queen a3 wouldn't be a good idea. I was just wondering here if a6 can I don't think this is working, but it's just an interesting idea. Oh no, because then you take the knight anyway. You just take on b5. I take on a8 and take my bishop, and this is bad news for white. So yeah, knight b5 is not working. So knight c6. What about bishop e3? Maybe I'm kind of happy to sacrifice pawn on d4.
Well, you can always take on after knight b5, a6. You can always take on c6 and play knight d4. I guess that's worth looking at.
Okay, so this is in the last line, and then we just move the knight back to d4 again. Yeah, that makes some sense here.
I mean, black didn't want to take this knight earlier, winning a pawn, because it leaves, I guess, his dark square is very weak. And I would assume that here he doesn't really want to take on d4 either, because pawn takes. Queen takes and just castles.
Yeah, castles this looks very bad for black now. So.
Yeah, because every time you play knight f6, there's bishop h6, rook d1. The c pawn is weak. I mean, it's actually quite nice how black has a light squared bishop and every single pawn on the light squares. So I don't think this is what black is going to do. That's why I was just thinking, I mean, in this position, I guess the main priority for white, yes, is quick development and also getting that knight from a3 into the game.
And
so that's why this move knight a to b5 was the one, maybe the first move that I would look at. You can also try knight a to c2, but that's a lot more passive. The knight from b5 can cause more trouble.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you can flick in a queen a3 at some point as well.
And queen a3 is a very nice idea. I guess the reason you thought it wasn't working because we moved bishop f8, right, Simon?
Yeah, but then queen a4, I guess, and you put the bishop back on f8. So,
I agree.
So that's interesting. I mean, so yeah, knight b5 is interesting. I mean,
I have a feeling like white should be better here.
Yeah. What about bishop e3 as well, Irene? I just want to get my rook to d1 super speed.
How about knight takes d4?
Okay, so I might even take
with the bishop here. Right?
Bishop takes d4. Again, I want to try to
sack this pawn. How about bishop takes d4?
Okay, so I go pawn takes.
Pawn takes. And now, at least you don't have a dark squared bishop.
No. True.
So that makes me a little happier.
I don't think you can take on d4 here. Bishop, I mean, well, you might be able to. It looks extremely risky to take this pawn on d4.
I agree with you.
I think, I mean, for
no,
example...
No, there's going to be,
Yeah, it's horrible. You got
castles and knight b5 and rook b1.
Yeah, it's too much. So you can't take the pawn on d4 here. It's a poisoned pawn, I'd say.
Knight f6.
Knight f6, and now, okay, if you can castle, then you
if
might
I can
be
castle,
right.
I might be okay.
So I have ideas of queen f... No, not queen f...
Your knight's not very good on a3. That's what... I mean, if it was on c3, I would be a lot unhappier here, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you castle, yeah, you're fine. It just depends whether I can stop this from happening. Okay, so I don't know. I mean, the problem is if I go something like queen b4...
Queen e7?
Queen e7. Yeah, and the endings are going to be good for black because of the isolated d pawn. So
you know, on bishop b5 here.
Yeah. So bishop d7.
The funny thing is that bishop d7 is good because I think on bishop d7, you can just probably play knight d7 and queen b7, rook b8, right?
So takes rook b8. Yeah.
You also have queen b4 coming. I mean, I assume this is fine for white for black. Yeah.
Here. Yeah, so actually your knight ab5 looks very interesting here.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there's been any more moves played.
If you take with the c pawn
But
and the bishop, you keep the dark square bishop.
Yeah, that's true. But I
on bishop e3, yes, we were looking at bishop e3.
Yeah, so in that last line, I mean, okay, a move has been
Right
played
here,
in the game.
yeah.
So,
and which move is it? Anything that we've been looking at?
Well, brief. Knight takes c6.
Knight takes c6. So she's going for
yeah.
that positional approach.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the most dangerous thing. I don't know why. I guess where's the knight on a3 going to go now? That's the question.
What about if I go bishop e3 with the idea of going bishop c5?
Rook d1 and bishop c5, right?
This could be precious still. I mean, even to be honest, bishop f4 could be another idea, but then you might go queen b6 at some stage. So bishop e3, I'll stick with bishop e3. This bishop e3 move I like. And I just want to go rook d1, bishop c5, try to stop black from castling. I agree. I prefer white's position. Black has to make sure he can get castled somehow here.
Okay, I will try, Simon. Knight e7.
Okay, that looks like a good attempt. Probably better than an attempt.
I'm going to do it.
You're going to do it? Okay.
Queen
What if I can help it?
Queen c7.
Knight b5. Come on. Come on. Let's get the first round of rubbish going today.
I know the knight is bad. I didn't know it was so bad. You can just give it up like that.
No, this is
no.
rubbish.
I don't think so. Pawn
okay.
takes. Yeah, we can't just.
Then you just go king
f8, and we're
bishop
safe
c5.
enough. Bishop c5
I'm not
and
believing
bishop
this.
f6. Solid move that should cool you down a little bit, Simon.
Okay, I'll take a deep breath. Okay. All right. So queen c7. So knight b5 is completely over the top. What about if I just play a bit more sensibly and I play bishop c5?
So I want a castle.
And now my idea is to go bishop d6. And where does your queen move to?
Oh no.
This is a problem for black. Maybe.
Okay, 1 second. You don't have any very dangerous discovered attacks here. Okay, fine. Oh, let's go to d8. Yeah, I know, living close to the edge.
It's not the way you like to live, Irina. Close to the edge.
Yeah, that is.
So maybe queen b4, and my point now is, I think if you go rook e8, I can take on e7, and my rook gets d8. I don't know if that's turned or if
okay, hold on, knight d5.
Knight d5, and now if bishop takes d5?
Yeah. See, my idea is to be able to play bishop a6 at some point. Now, can I do that? If I play ed,
okay, so
bishop f8. Now, unfortunately, you have queen e7, right? So, I mean, that's why I didn't have queen e8, sort of intermediate move. Yeah.
Okay.
You
bishop f8, you might stop me castling. I mean, I don't know if you're going to get quite enough counterplay here. I mean, maybe queen a4. My king can go to g1. Should be okay on g1, I feel. I mean, queen e7, queen e8.
So not enough compensation here. I mean, your knight is still bad. If I can get a pawn, I feel like, there could be some grounds maybe for black to have some compensation here. Well,
I don't know. I mean, I think even in this line, white has an option of a draw somewhere after queen d8.
Yeah.
We can even go bishop e5 or bishop c5 is probably just. It looks pretty smelly for black.
yeah, I agree. I agree that is not
So,
The most
okay.
attractive line.
So we're still waiting on Maria Sebag's move here.
Well, why did I play queen c7? Maybe I should just self-pin with bishop d7 and.
Okay, queen a5 is also interesting, but
And also even knight d5. What's wrong with that?
Knight d5.
Knight d5 looks very. Well, knight d5, bishop c5, and you're
Yeah.
kind of.
I'm always trying this move, bishop c5.
Right.
See if I can just try to stop you.
There's
casting.
queen a5. Let's try queen a5.
Yeah, queen a5.
Mm-hmm.
And now surely knight b5 is coming in. I'm going to get this move to work at some point.
I have a feeling
Maybe
like
not.
now. I
You can
have a
take it.
feeling like now it does work. You don't think so, Simon?
Yeah,
I think
I don't know,
it must work.
listen,
Pawn
look, you
takes,
take
bishop
it.
takes, bishop d7.
And now I can even take and go rook takes d5.
I know.
This is the way we want to play chess. Rook takes d5. And
And I think it should be good for white.
I think so, but king c7.
No, there's bishop d6, bishop c7.
Oh, this is a nice little combination. Bishop c7 and white is winning.
Winning the queen with a deflection.
How did that happen?
Well, I agree. Knight b5 is a good idea,
Yeah.
Simon. I knew you
Yeah.
would make it work at some point.
Thanks. You had faith, did you?
I did.
Yeah. So, okay, well, white has some pressure. So, I think white needs to. Okay, bishop e3 was played in the game. So, bishop e3. And just this idea.
This is what we
d1.
just. Is that what we were
Yeah.
looking at? Yeah.
Yeah, and black needs to get castled here because you've seen a number of tricks that white has in this position. And
Yeah.
this
I mean,
is,
it's interesting. Like, definitely, white's worst piece is the knight on a3. So your idea of just sacrificing it with
Yeah.
this knight b5 move sometimes
works. Yeah.
works, and
Yeah. It's
if it
also-
opens up lines against black's king, it's a good idea.
with the bishop on c4 as well, this is not a very good piece. So if we can get it to b5, there's a lot of tactical chances. So,
But however, Kamsky is very good at defending, at finding
sure.
ways to hold his position together. So
Unless the only danger he could get blown away like Nigel did yesterday.
yeah.
Nigel got crushed in a similar kind of.
Gata is a much better defender.
than
He's
Nigel.
got wow.
Yeah, sure. I believe
Gata,
that's
I mean, that's what he's built his career on. He's a
Defender.
very tenacious defender.
Yeah.
He can hold worse positions. He doesn't really lose like the way Nigel lost. I don't
Sure.
think so.
That's a horrible loss there.
And-
You're going this way.
Yeah, I mean, let's just try this one more time.
And there was knights on e7 last time. I don't
Oh.
know if this is a.
If I play knight f6, what do you want to play? Will you just play bishop c5? Because
Knight
if you
e4
played
then,
here,
maybe.
my idea was maybe queen e7.
And then I'm going to try to get this. Am I going to try to go knight b5 here and rook bishop c5? Does that
Yeah.
work? I don't think it does work. You take it.
I can take it because I have bishop d7 right now, right?
King f8 as well. Bishop d7 is just game over. Yeah.
Game
Yeah.
over, you think?
Probably.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't think. Yeah, you don't have it.
I think rook d8 is enough here. And you can get castle next move probably.
Probably.
So probably.
Okay.
Probably.
So let's say I play knight f6.
Sure, that makes sense. And now, okay, if I go bishop c5 here, you go knight e4, I guess. Is that your idea, maybe?
It's your idea, Simon, but I
idea, yeah,
like
okay,
it. I'll claim it, sure.
And now, yeah, this is okay because now I have.
Getting
Okay,
rid
I've
of
got to
your-
move again. Okay,
yeah.
rook d1. If you go queen c7, I go knight b5.
Knight b5, right?
This is the point. So if queen c7 here, knight b5 again is very strong, I think. Probably. It's a probably position. Yeah.
Very interesting. I mean, there's interesting stuff going on. Like, even if I allow you to play this, I mean, I don't think this is very good for black, but there is this type of stuff where I can keep going.
Yeah.
I think I force your bishop back to e3, unless bishop d4 just wins. Bishop d4.
Bishop d4 could be very strong.
It's very strong, probably. And who knows?
Oof, it's like you've got knight c7 here. You have to be.
Yeah, I'm sure this is winning. Okay,
it's gotta
forget
be
that.
winning, Yeah.
No, queen c7 doesn't work here. Don't we have any safer squares for the
Maybe you have
queen?
to
Like,
bring
for
it over
example,
g5 or
well,
something.
how about f6? Why don't we just threaten mate? Or
Wow.
h4, or
My
g5, like
bishop
you
does
said.
cover. Yeah, at least.
Yeah, g5 looks very good. Attack c5, attack g2.
I'm still wondering if I play knight b5 here is crazy, but not so ridiculous. Knight b5.
It does look crazy. And I still can't castle, right?
Yeah, I need to stop you castling.
No, I can do this, Simon.
Okay, so
I think that little attack
knight,
on
knight,
f2.
knight c7 and I castle,
And you castle,
and you
and
move
you
your
think?
bishop probably.
It's
This-
hard to believe. This is a little bit hard to believe.
Yeah, this is looking a bit more suspect for
white.
white. I
Yeah,
think so.
I agree.
So I don't think I can.
Yeah, black has the 2 pieces for the rook here, and things are looking pretty safe for him.
I think you're defending this position, but still some danger. I mean, maybe not knight takes a8, but okay. I think I've done too much here.
I don't think you've done enough, Simon.
Done enough, yeah. That's right. I'm trying my best, Irina. I'm doing everything I can. But yeah, Queen G5 is interesting move. 'Cause at least it's very active. You just want to get knight B5 and you just take it.
So we're looking at the move knight F6, yeah?
Yeah.
That's sensible. Knight F6, is that what's
It's
played?
been played. Knight
Yay,
to S6 has
very
been played.
good.
Yeah, if black can get castle, black is going to be absolutely fine in this position because the bishop on C4 is bad. The
Black
knight on
might
A3 is
even,
bad.
eventually might be even better. Maybe in the
Totally.
long run.
Yeah. So this is why I'm kind of thinking you have to play. Let's just try it. Can we look at that one more time?
Yeah.
Because something like this does look very critical. Again, I'm just trying to stop black from castling, and I really want to do this at all costs.
It is starting to look critical for white.
And if bishop B5, you just take on C5 with the queen. It is, it's
Yeah.
certainly critical for white. What about
When
queen
you said critical,
B5?
I thought of like a critically ill patient, because
Yeah,
white has a lot of
yes.
things hanging here,
There's
you
a
know.
lot of things saying. I
Yeah.
wanted to play queen B5, Irina, but I think you go queen takes C5.
Yeah, that's really pretty, Simon.
I don't think it works because we probably take the queen as well.
Yeah.
But okay. So is there no moves here? Odin, how you doing?
Are you still playing? You won? Okay.
This is our friend from Norway, Odin, who's come every single year to Gibraltar. And how do you get on the morning tournament, Odin?
I'm not playing the second one.
So you can join us and relax.
Yeah.
Okay. And how's the main tournament going? Is it okay?
2.5.
2.5. Solid. Yeah. So yeah. And you play some tough guys as well, yeah?
Yeah, I played
Okay.
3 tactical players.
Okay, good. So you can be happy with the tournament. It's nice to have regular players who come back to Gibraltar every year, and there's a lot of Norwegian guys like it here. So, yeah. So Queen G5. I can't see anything here. This is an Odin position. This kind of position Odin would love to play. Well, maybe not actually, because it could just be losing. But if it wasn't losing, this is the kind of position Odin would love to play. I mean, bishop b4 is you just go a5 always, I'm assuming.
Or you take on g2 first,
Okay, and bishop b4 is not so silly. If you go a5, might go bishop takes a5. Is that crazy?
And I just want to cap. Why do you want to go bishop takes a5?
Oh no, it doesn't work because you can cast off the queen b8. Oh no, okay. I don't know. There's no danger here then. There's nothing.
Yeah, the knight. If the knight on a3 is not able to get into the game with tempo, I think that's actually the key
Sure.
for white. If you're not able to get that piece in with tempo,
Yeah.
then you're not really getting anywhere.
I think, yeah, completely correct. Yeah, I can't see anything here to keep this going.
All right,
No.
time
Okay,
to move
sure.
on to
Yeah.
another game. We
Yeah.
spent quite a bit of time
We
on
did.
this one.
Sure. So
How about I pick another one?
go for it.
All right, how about we take a look at the game of Maria Muzichuk, and she is playing
Tomaszewski.
Tomaszewski. Okay.
Okay, so we're just going
Let's just maybe start from the
final position. Okay.
Yeah, it just seems like it was like a regular Slav, not very interesting.
Yeah.
Here we are, something's happening, and
Tomaszewski is a very solid player, and he's happy to grind. And,
kind of similar to who would
yeah.
you? By the way, Vitsugov actually wound up winning that endgame yesterday.
Who did so?
Vitsugov,
Oh, he won.
do you remember that game that we thought we finished on that game?
Oh,
and
yeah, he won that game.
He won that game. This guy
Wow.
is just, he's
unbelievable, yeah. He's the Iceman.
very determined.
Very
He
determined.
just strikes me as such a determined
Yeah, sure.
and
Yeah.
focused guy,
Yeah, so
and not very sociable at all.
No.
I've never seen him talk to anybody, Simon.
Have you tried to talk to him yourself?
No.
I'm sure it'd be sociable for you, Irina.
Well, I just see him walking around by himself, eating by himself. Even Ivanchuk, today was having lunch with somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
Who? His imagination?
no, not his imagination. No, he had some kind of male companion for lunch.
Well, Vanchuk's a very nice guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I sort of.
But I mean, he's also quite a loner. He
Yeah.
often just spends,
It's-
takes his walks by himself and eats
Yeah.
by himself, and
Yeah, I was playing a tournament in Eilat, Israel, and it was a team championship for my English team. And okay, our team's really only full of 2,100, 2,200 players. Really nice team, Dukes of Kent it was called. And we're sitting in a restaurant, like 8 of us, just drinking a beer, looking at people's games. And the team captain, Chris Rice, he's about 2,000 rated. maybe a bit higher, sorry Chris, was looking at his game from the day. And he was getting a bit annoyed with everyone throwing in their comments, as what happens, you've got 8 people commentating. And all of a sudden another hand comes over his shoulder, suggests a move, and he's looking around really annoyed, like, oh, and it's Ivanchuk. And he's like, oh, okay, maybe I will let you show your game. And Ivanchuk just joined us for the next hour and a half. He showed his game, we looked at some of our games. He's a really, really nice guy. Really sociable, loves chess, and well, we're very privileged to be, have Ivanchuk just join us and look at the game. So.
But I think it depends on his mood, Simon.
Sure.
Just like he can be like that, he can just be, completely on his own in his own world. So.
And okay, so what do we think about this position? Well, it's a pretty dry position, this, I think.
Okay, well, black is at least not going to let white have both of the bishops with this move. Now, it's interesting. Which one do you think white is going to give up, Simon? I think it's going to be the light squared bishop.
Definitely. Queen c2, because the dark squared bishop strikes me as a very good piece.
Yeah.
But can black get rid of the dark squared bishop by playing... Okay, you get an isolated pawn then. I was thinking you could take on d3 and
play
try knight to e4, but then maybe you can play this. So I just want to
why not?
Eliminate both bishops here.
This looks very solid.
Yeah.
What does white even do here? How?
Can I go rook d1?
Rook d1, yes. Try to be a little bit better after knight takes c3.
Queen takes
c3.
In this kind of position, Tomaszewski will play.
Yeah, you're going to get that isolated. But those are very unpleasant to defend. You get that isolated pawn on d5, and you get it by force right now.
Yeah.
So this is not an equal position for black.
Yeah.
And
this is a bit tough for black. This position, isolated pawn. I mean,
what about taking on c4, Simon? How about taking on c4? I think here our chances to equalize are better.
Yeah, I agree.
Queen takes c4. And now, just looking at it now, there are a couple of moves. Queen h4, is that just too active? Queen h4? How are you going to defend that pawn, Simon?
On f2? Can I go rook f1, threatening f3?
How about just go rook d2, a cool move like that?
Rook d2.
I mean, you don't want to go rook f1, do you? You don't really want to.
I've still got this threat of f3, which...
no, but rook d2, of course, is bad because the queen moves away. Back to somewhere to like g5.
Oh, bishop e1.
Bishop e1.
Actually, bishop e1 is also quite.
Yeah, bishop e1 is a good move.
Good move.
Keeping the bishop on the board for the long term.
f3 is a serious kind of. I mean, you can go queen f6 here.
Queen e7, queen f6. Yeah, queen f6. I mean, is there really such a big problem here? Rook d7. Activate. No, f7, f7.
Is it? Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't look like much.
You could have gone back to e7, Simon.
Okay.
So this did happen. We didn't predict anything.
Okay. So just captured on a...
He gave up his dark squared bishop. Maybe that is the right idea.
That's a pity as well, to give up this bishop by playing bishop takes e5, because... Okay,
but he's still better,
Rook on f2.
Actually, I think he made the right positional decision. You know why, Simon? That bishop that we just saw in e1 was not all that impressive.
No,
and it was not very... And in this position, there's a good chance that there might be some exchange on c4, and the bishop will be very good on c4, pressuring the f7 pawn.
Yeah.
More useful than the bishop that would have been somewhere on e1.
I mean, even this position, to be honest, if you take on c4, I go bishop takes c4, I play something like
queen b6 or...
queen b6 is even more active. I don't see a major problem for black here with this knight on f6. Looks like quite a good piece. Maybe white can claim some edge. I don't know.
Rook d7. There's also
rook d7.
Queen takes b2.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's bishop f7. Maybe that is worth playing. I mean.
Yeah.
But rook f7, I was thinking about this actually.
Rook d7,
I was thinking this would be a move that makes you happy, Simon. But honestly, I didn't really see that much in this position. I mean, okay, you get...
Take the material.
Yes, and I also, by the way, I am taking this pawn.
Sure.
So I don't think that white has enough compensation for the exchange here.
Yeah. Okay.
So what do we think about this position? Rook fd1, that's where we're currently at? Yes.
Yeah.
I think he will make black suffer for a while. You've got bishop versus knight, pawns on both sides of the board. We saw how much Hare Krishna made Romance suffer yesterday in that type of endgame. And think about it, Simon. This bishop can always, go back to f1 if you need, to g3, bishop g2. So.
Yeah, sure. Okay, well, we're going to take a very short break now, just solving some technical glitches. you might lose the signal for a moment, but the show will be back automatically in a very short time. So we'll see you soon.